What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Once again, we're here back in the shop for another shop date on this Tatum car. We got everything wrapped up on it. Like I said in the last video, Joe finished up the fuel system. He got the intercooler plumbing all done. It's water to air. Got all the coolant filled up. I hooked up the pump, and the headers still aren't here yet, so that's a bummer. But we're gonna go ahead and do a first fire up on this thing, even without the headers. We'll just fire it real quick and make sure it barks off. We got most of the wiring all wrapped up in here. I'm gonna add a few tie wraps, and then they're gonna put the seat back in. But other than that, guys, the Alternator system is done. You guys went through the tuning with me on the last video, and that worked out fine. So we're gonna hit the key right now and see if this thing barks off. Just like that, guys, she's a runner. That's how easy this Holly system is. So what do you think, Joe?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, fired right up. So looked like the idle was getting ready to come right down on it. So this thing's just about wrapped up, a few tie wraps and some seats, and the headers should be here tomorrow, and this thing will be wrapped up and back to the customer.
Are we on the air?
Ruh-roh. Hey, what's up, everybody? So quick little update on my car. We got the right alternator. We got the bracket bolted up. We got all the pulleys and everything set up. I'm missing the bolt here because I have to drill this out, but it's tight enough now where it'll get me through until I can get this over to the shop and drill that out and get the bolt in. Belt fits nice and snug. Everything's good. Looks like everything lines up just, I mean, on the money. So we're gonna go ahead and kick this thing over and see how she does. All right, guys, so I know it's a little loud, but we got her fired up. Charging away. So like I said, guys, that belt alignment is just perfect. So again, I want to thank the guys over at Dirty Dingo Motorsports for jumping on board with this and helping us out. Definitely put my belt right where it needed to be, so it won't be flying off anymore. So all right, guys, that's going to do it on this car until Sunday, when we're going to be taking this over to the shop. We're gonna drive it over there. So I will drive it over to the shop, and then we'll get to work on those front A-arms. So we'll get back to this one on Sunday. We'll see you then. Hey, what's up, guys? So it is Sunday. We're back. My wifey's out here cleaning my windshield for me. We got the dirt tires on the car, and we are headed over to the shop. We got our A-arms loaded up, and all the rest of the parts that we need to do that are over at the shop. So we're gonna hop in the car now, take her for a little cruise down to San Limo, and get these arms put in. So you guys stick around, and here we go. Guys, so unlike California, we're not trying to get pulled over out here. This is legal in Arizona, 100%. Like, there's razors and stuff that drive up and down the streets. But so here we go, guys. We're gonna fire this thing up and get on the road. section. We're headed out on the main road now, and we'll see how she does. It's been a while since I've driven her, especially on the street. This definitely feels a lot like Rocky Mountain Race Week when we took this thing out there. My turn signals still work. All right. Well, we got the car over here at the shop, and we're starting to shred the front end already. Joe's over there working on putting the spherical balls in the new arms, and I'm going to start shredding all this old stuff off. This is everything we're going to be cutting off right all this up here. So the next step is we're going to take the grinder and we're going to cut out all these old shock mounts. Cut them here, 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 and then we'll DA sand them, DA sand the tubes. It'll make it look like it was never even there. So all right, we're going to jump into some time lapse and we'll get these cut off. So I got all the upper shock mounts cut off and ground down the best I could. I'm gonna leave that one and leave that one. This car's gonna get torn down and repowdered and painted eventually. So once I get it down to a bare chassis, when I'm doing that work, we'll go ahead and knock all this down and DA the whole chassis. But all right, so as you can see, we DA'd the tubes, so it kind of makes it look like they were never there, sort of. Like I said earlier, this whole car is going to get torn down and repowdered and painted, and at that time I'll finish cutting these off. I'll DA, because in order to cut these off I'd have to pull all my electricals out, and I'm really not about that. As you can see from when I added these front side panels, we used the torch to torch off the powder coat, and it all needs to be, you know, gone through and tightened up. So we're going to go ahead and leave it as is now. We're going to get cleaned up and then start hanging these arms. All right, guys, so at this point we've got the car fully shredded, ready to go, ready to weld in the upper shock mounts. So we've got the new arms prepped. We got the holes drilled. We took the Dynafile and ground out the inside so there's no lip when I'm putting the high miscellaneous spacer in there. So we're going to go ahead and get the arms hung. So I'm going to bring you in close here and show you what we've got done so far. So just to recap, we got the holes drilled, got the arms mounted, new upper shock mounts done. We're still going to make a steel plate. I need to make it that goes over the top of this. We had to grind down these bolts a little bit just to clear the chassis, but we got them in. Everything's anti-seized and tight. Same thing on this side. We had to grind this one down a little bit more and actually heat the chassis up. So again, we got to make the cover plate for the top of this shock mount as well. And then 2-inch hollow spindles are in, way bigger than what was on the car. So with the way I drive this car, definitely need 2-inch hollows. And gonna gain about 2 inches of travel here. So just about finished up. All right, well, that's gonna wrap it up for today, guys. We're just about finished up here. We're gonna come back tomorrow and put the hubs on with the new bearings, make the tie rods, and then we'll make the cover plate for these shocks. So we put a steel plate over here and it comes out and welds. Here, actually I can show you. We've got a car in here that's got it. So it's gonna look just like this when it's all said and done. There'll be a top plate on there that's welded in. So we'll get that done tomorrow. And then, like I said, get the hubs put on. And then now you guys can see what the idea is here. These big upper shock mounts are now gone. So that leaves us a lot of room for hood options. I love this hood, but because I wanted to use these arms and get rid of this, I'm actually gonna change this to a new style hood, which is Where's a new style hood at? Here's one. So we're gonna do something like this. So where it just has, you can see it just has a little hump here for the shock mount. And we're gonna see if we can make that fit. And then right in here, I can put some killer headlights in there. So, so I'll do some flush mount LEDs. So anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Make sure you give us a like and a subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.